Imagine not having to fork out a single cent for your mortgage payment and letting your dividends from your investments do that for you. Here's how you can start planning for that. If you are new to this channel, my name is Mickey and I talk about relationships, finance, and investments. In today's topic, we are going to talk about how we can use CPF-approved funds to invest in, generate dividends from them, and use them to reduce or even cover your mortgage fees. Step 1 is of course to determine how much your mortgage payment is. This is your goal and we will work backwards from that. If you're already paying for your mortgage, be it in your CPF or cash, it will be in your respective statements, so I won't go into that. If you haven't got your property and are planning to get one, there are loan calculators to help you determine how much loan you will be paying. Step 2 is finding your final invested amount. I'll illustrate using an example. So in this case, you are paying $2,000 per month as a couple for your mortgage. $2,000 per month will be $24,000 per year, and we assume that you will generate 5% per year from dividends, so $24,000 divided by your expected returns times 100. So your final goal is to have $480,000 invested as a couple. Of course, most of us don't have that much invested and it may seem like a huge amount, but it is a goal that a lot of us can work towards. To summarize step 2, you want to find your final goal that can generate enough dividends to cover your mortgage payments. In this case, imagine having $480,000 invested and this investment gives you 5% dividends per annum or $24,000 per annum. Find out what your final amount is and work towards that. Step 3 is to look for investments. I'm using the iFast Fund Selector. You can of course use whichever tool or website you like, and I will look for funds that you can use your CPF OA to invest in. Of course, if you want to look at other funds, it's perfectly fine, but for today's video, I want to focus on funds that can give dividends, which you can see from this column. There are 4 pages of funds to look at and I'm not going to go to every one of them. And this is where I have to insert a disclaimer. Investing comes with risks, but investing is essential when it comes to financial planning and hitting your goals in life. So instead of totally avoiding the risks that comes with investing, we have to learn to manage them and be more educated about it. For example, don't see that this fund is giving 7% dividend and go, wow, that's so good, I'm going to invest in it. It's only focused in one country, which is Japan, and I wouldn't recommend this to someone who doesn't have a very high risk appetite. You can speak to a financial consultant or drop me a DM to find out more about your risk profile and what kind of investments will suit you more. Okay, for illustration purposes only, I'm going to look at the Allianz Global High Payout Fund. It's globally diversified, which means the fund manager can invest in anywhere in the world, and it has been giving out at least 5% dividend every year for the past 3 years. So for the purpose of this video, this is the fund that I'm going to look at. Of course, you can invest in another fund or even invest in a few funds. Just remember to go back to step 2 and adjust the dividend rate accordingly. I chose this fund for illustration purposes because it gives decent dividends and, more importantly, consistent dividends, so it's a lot easier to calculate. But feel free to explore. Step 4 is to determine how much to invest. Of course, the more you invest, the earlier you'll reach your goal, but you also don't want to overextend. And this is where buying a house within your means is very important. If you have a house that you can comfortably pay for, it means you have more money to invest. But if you feel that you are overextending, that means that you probably have less to invest and thus you will hit your goal later. Once again, we work backwards and I'll show you the method so you can calculate for yourself. For example, if as a couple you are earning around $10,000 a month, which means 37% or $3,750 goes to your CPF ordinary account every month. If you are paying $2,000 per month from your OA for your mortgage, that leaves $1,750 per month to be invested. Of course, that's assuming you invest the whole remainder of whatever you are contributing to your OA. Per year, that would be $21,000 per year invested, and for you to hit your goal of $480,000 invested, that would take 22.8 years. With pay raises, bonuses, and whatnot, you should hit your goal within 20 years. The best part about using dividends to pay for your mortgage is this. The more you use dividends, the less will come out from your pocket, which means the discount you get for your property will increase over the years as you invest more and more. While that feels good, I have to clarify something. It will be a long journey. Investing for the long term will take discipline and requires long-term planning. Of course, you can shorten the journey by investing more, using cash, so on and so forth. After all, the example that I used was if you were to start from zero. Do drop me a DM if you want something that's more customized and calculated to the dollar for you. I hope this video can help to plan your journey better and lessen your financial burden when it comes to long-term planning with your partner. With that, stay awesome, sending you lots of love. See you in the next video.